Welcome to Long COVID Radical Self-Care, where I provide simple, non-medical tips and tools to help you on your healing journey. In the last episode, I talked about compassionate inquiry, the practice of going within to talk to your body about any illness or malfunction to see if you can get any new insights into the symptoms. If you haven't seen that, you may want to go back after this one and take a look. It's episode 30. Today I want to offer some ideas about specific parts of the body and how pain or dysfunction in those areas might reflect imbalances in other aspects of your life. It's based on the philosophy that the body, mind, and spirit are interconnected, and disease or pain in one of those areas will impact the others as well, and healing in one of those areas will promote healing in the others as well. The process of compassionate inquiry is about healing holistically, body, mind, and spirit, to live a happier, healthier, and more meaningful life than you did before. Author and poet Marion Woodman said, "This is your body, your greatest gift, pregnant with wisdom you do not hear, grief you thought was forgotten, and joy you've never known." As I said last week, our bodies are always working to take care of us, both emotionally and physically, and injury and illness is often our body's way of talking to us. In some way, it's serving a need we have, not only our physical needs, but our emotional and spiritual needs as well. Today I want to look at specific body parts and common symptoms and what they could possibly be telling you, what they could be pointing to in your life that's calling to be addressed. This will not be an exhaustive list by any means, but I hope at least one of the examples will be meaningful to you, or at least get you thinking about your symptoms as a signal. The situations I suggest for a particular body part or ailment are not written in stone, they're just possibilities. Some of them are based on Louise Hay's teachings, some on my own experience with counseling clients. As always, just take the information that feels right to you and leave the rest. One last caveat before I get into it. None of the following should be considered professional advice. Always worked with a licensed therapist to help with trauma or mental emotional health. Let's start at the top of the body, the head. Headaches can represent so many different things. A sudden migraine might be trying to get you out of a situation that you really don't want to be in. Maybe you're in a high-stress situation at work or having a conflict with a family member that you need a break from. Maybe you're overthinking something and need a break. Maybe you're being overcritical of yourself. A migraine may be the body's way of making you stop and take a mental rest, and maybe a physical rest as well. If you keep getting migraines, maybe there's a pattern of behavior or thinking that's not serving you. Brain fog may have a similar message, but it's more subtle. When you have brain fog, you can't think clearly, and that too forces you to give your brain a rest. Maybe your brain is forcing you to stop analyzing something or working or planning. Maybe you're being told to just be in the present moment and let things unfold and focus more on what's right here, right now. Eye issues may signal something in your life that you don't want to see, or things you're seeing one way when there's a healthier way to look at it. Issues with the lips can symbolize spoken words. A canker sore or cold sore, for example, could point to blistering words you're holding in. Skin issues may point to how comfortable you are in your own skin and how you show up in the world. Maybe you don't want to be noticed and want to just disappear, or are really critical of yourself and always picking on yourself. Maybe you worry too much about how others see you. Throat problems could be your call to unleash your voice, to sing or to speak your truth. If you're dealing with pain in the neck, ask yourself, who is the pain in your neck? Is there someone or something in your life you should handle differently? Or are you being called to turn and look at something from a different angle? Shoulders. If that's an area of pain or discomfort for you, ask yourself what is burdening you. Is there something you're carrying that isn't yours to carry, or that you shouldn't be carrying alone? Are you carrying burdens or grudges from the past you need to let go of? Arms and hands can be your body's way of bringing your attention to something you're doing or what you're embracing. If you're having issues with your hands or arms, ask yourself how you're using your daily energy and whether you're using your energy on the right activities or whether you need to make some adjustments to align your activities with your life's purpose. Back. I've often found back pain seems to relate to financial worry or taking on too much work. It can also point to focusing too much on the past instead of the future. Or perhaps someone is on your back too much and you need to set some boundaries. Let's talk about the lungs for a minute, since they're a common issue for those of us with long COVID. Lungs symbolize how easily we're taking in this life and releasing. Aside from any physical breathing issues, do you feel claustrophobic in any area of your life? Do you ever feel there's so much going on you can't breathe? Are you living with some fears that have you feeling unsafe? For many of us with long COVID, I think that's pretty natural given what we've been through and are going through. But maybe as we begin to feel safe and make peace with some of the uncertainty, we'll be able to breathe easier. Let's move down to the stomach and digestive system. If that's an area of discomfort or disease for you, could your body be calling your attention to something you can't stomach? I've seen a number of cases of people having trouble with constipation who were hanging on to a lot of crap emotionally, often long-held resentments, and their bodies were holding on to stuff as well. Diarrhea may be the opposite, something you feel you can't handle or don't have a grip on. Or it may be signaling fear. Is something in your life slipping away from your control? If you have IBS, ask yourself if it could be pointing to control issues. Is it a challenge for you to just let things unfold naturally? A problem related to the reproductive organs, not surprisingly, may be signaling an unresolved issue related to sexuality. For example, it might point to disharmony with masculine or feminine roles. Or it could relate to feelings of fear or vulnerability or a trauma that hasn't healed, or even guilt about past sexual behavior. Or maybe there are some hidden fears related to pregnancy or parenthood or commitment. As with every other part of the body, it's a very individual thing. I'm just giving a few ideas for consideration. Problems with the urinary tract could reflect you being, shall we say, peeved off with something in your life. Hips and legs may be bringing your attention to a fear of moving forward or a lack of ease in moving forward. If that's an area of trouble for you, you can ask yourself if there's something about the future you're resisting and how you might be able to reframe it or make different decisions or move forward with more joy and ease. The feet represent moving forward as well, but they're also the foundation on which we stand. So if you're having trouble with your feet, you may want to think about your values, the foundation of your life, and whether you're living in alignment with your values and your spiritual path. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of conditions or diseases that may have a message. Not only does each body part or system have a unique meaning, so does each type of illness. A broken foot might mean something different than nerve pain in the foot. If you'd like to delve into this further, look up Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body, for more information about other body parts and specific diseases and conditions. I haven't found it to be 100% accurate for me, but it definitely provides some valuable food for thought and nudges me in the right direction. You know what's right for you. Others can provide helpful hints, but you are your own best authority on your body and on your life. So your mission this week, should you wish to accept it, is this. Do some compassionate inquiry into your own symptoms. Look at the role of that body part or system in the body and then extrapolate that role metaphorically to other areas of your life. If the role of your leg is to help you move and it's hurting, look at your life and ask if there's an area you're hesitating to move forward. If you've got an earache, ask yourself if there's something you don't want to hear or don't like hearing. Use your body as a metaphor to discover other aspects of your life that could use some healing. Look at your symptoms as an ally rather than as your enemy. Open your mind to the possibility that your illness may guide you to more healthy, joyful, meaningful living. Inspirational author Bella Blue wrote, "Your body holds deep wisdom. Trust in it, learn from it, nourish it, watch your life transform and be healthy." One last thing. Before you click to your next video, please take a second and hit the like button for me to help me in the YouTube algorithms. And if you know someone who'd benefit from these videos, please share it and help me get the message out. Thank you. Until next time, be kind to yourself and each other.